Next at noon, breaking news. A death investigation is underway at a Motel 6 in southeast Portland. We've just arrived on scene, and we have the latest. Then, the man accused of setting a stranger on fire inside a Denny's restaurant has been arrested and will soon appear in court. And we've learned this man is no stranger to the law. Plus, we hope that you're able to get outside and enjoy the nice weather. We're expected to reach our highest temperatures of the year today. We have team coverage this afternoon, plus see how long the sunshine is expected to last.
First, live, local. The noon news starts now on Fox 12 Oregon.
Good afternoon. I'm Pete Ferriam, and welcome to the noon news. We begin with breaking news out of southeast Portland. Homicide detectives are conducting a death investigation at a Motel 6. Fox 12's Kelsey Watts is live on the scene with more. Kelsey?
Well, Pete, we know this death happened inside one of the rooms here, and now this motel is temporarily closed. We want to give you a live look at the scene here. We're being kept just at the edge of the driveway by this yellow tape. But if you look down here a little further by where that red tape is, that usually indicates to us that is the center of the crime scene, and that is where Portland police officers have been focusing their work. Specifically, if you can see from this viewpoint, some red tape across one of the rooms here on the second story. Now, this is just off of Southeast 31st and Powell. Very important to note right off the top here, police say there is no known threat to the neighborhood. However, we haven't really been told much yet about the nature of this death. We do know homicide detectives are here along with the DA's office responding. The medical examiner's office is here too. And this is a very busy neighborhood with anyone who's familiar with Portland would know this area just near Cleveland High School here, a couple blocks away from that high school. Powell, obviously a very busy road. This is right across the street from a bowling alley. So a lot of people coming and going. In fact, I just spoke with a man who works down the street at Hopworks who said he was walking by just to get his paycheck and saw all of the police officers here. He was wondering what was going on, but he said, you know what? I'm not surprised. There are crazy people out there doing crazy things. Now, again, we don't know the nature of exactly what's happened here. We are waiting to get an update from Portland police and expect to have that for you shortly. So as soon as we learn any new information, of course, we'll bring it to you. But for now, we do know Portland police are investigating a death inside a motel room here at the Motel 6, just off Southeast 31st and Powell. Live in Southeast Portland, Kelsey Watts, Fox 12 Oregon.
First, we were hit by snow and ice, not just once, but several times. It left Portland crippled and recovering for weeks. Then came the rain. With that, dozens of landslides and heavy flooding. Roads were closed, cars were lost. Next, the wind. Trees came toppling down. Some were without power for days. It's safe to say it's been a wild few months when it comes to the weather. And as we're nearing the month of May, we still haven't hit 65 degrees or warmer this entire year. But that is all about to change. The sunshine has returned, and we could hit 70 degrees later today. This is a live look outside on what should be the warmest day that we've had, and get this, 161 days. Yeah, that's right, since November. We have team coverage this afternoon. Fox 12's meteorologist Brian McMillan is standing by with how long this warm weather will stick around. But first, we want to check in with Deborah Gill, who's live in downtown Portland. And Deb, you can almost just sense an elevated mood along with the elevated mercury.
It is a light at the end of the tunnel kind of day, Pete. One of those where you feel like the weather is finally turning the corner. The sun is out, and that means it's time to get outside. The sun is finally out, and that means Portlanders are too.
I am so happy. It's so nice to be outside. Feels so good to be in the sun. I love it.
I've been waiting a long time for this. The summer was nice, but the winter, I'm done with it.
Not only has our psyche taken a beating from this weather, so has our outdoor spaces. The experts at 7Ds say all that record rain leached important nutrients from the soil, and our lawns are hungry. Nicole Forbes says first, add lime.
That makes the grass happier and the moss unhappy. So that, of course, will help with the mossy lawn conditions that we have right now.
Let that sit for 2 days and then add some fertilizer. And after a very gray winter and early spring, we need some color in our lives. But we aren't done with the rain yet, and it's still unseasonably cool. So Nicole says potted flowers are the way to go.
The soil is warmer and drier in our pots right now. And of course, while we're waiting for the world to warm up and dry out a little, gardening in pots is really an easy way to bring that color up close.
And you can put them anywhere, regardless of the weather. We'll not think about that right now because for at least today, we have sun and warmth.
We're going to just spend it around walking downtown.
I mean, it does feel like forever since we've been able to just wear shirt sleeves with no jacket and put on the sunglasses. Reporting live at the waterfront, Deborah Gill, Fox 12 Oregon.
Deb, I don't think you've ever looked better. It must be the sunshine. Thanks so much. Let's check in with Fox 12 meteorologist Brian McMillan for a look at the forecast. And Brian, you heard me say 161 days. It just seems like it's been forever.
It's wild, isn't it? Yeah, you can just feel the mood improving out there. We have 3 beautiful cameras right now, one in Portland, blue sky. Lincoln City's looking gorgeous as well. And if you're headed up to Mount Hood, it looks gorgeous up there. Pretty much across the state, we're seeing sunshine. So these temperatures are going to warm up real fast. We're at 55 degrees right now at PDX. Take a look at the coast and all those folks out there enjoying a beautiful walk. It's actually warmer out along the Oregon coast right now. Lincoln City into the mid-60s already. They're going to warm up close to 70 degrees today as well. As far as the rain goes, well, we've just had a pretty consistent bout with it here over the course of the past 10 days. A couple of days have been dry, or at least one day has been dry here over the past 10 days. That was last Saturday. But today will be another one of those dry days. We're going to keep a real close eye on the mercury today because, as Pete said a little bit earlier, we haven't hit 65 degrees yet. We hit 64. That was on Tuesday. But this is the longest we've gone into any given year since records were being kept at the airport back in the early 40s that we haven't hit 65 degrees. So out on the west side right now, we're in the mid-50s, 53 right now in Vancouver. Up in Battleground, already warmed up to the low 60s there. And on the east side, temperatures are in the upper 50s. We started off with a few morning clouds. Now everybody is back to that sunshine. I'll show you how long it's going to last. That's all coming up. Pete?
All right, Brian, thanks so much. We want to take a look now at some of the photos that you've been posting on social media. We encourage you to share your pictures and videos on social media, and we're working to put those up on the screen here, and we'll have them with you shortly. Of course, you can get the very latest online at any time.
Hey, hands up. Keep your hands up. Hey, I want you to walk to the sound of my voice, okay? Keep your hands up for me.
And this is the breaking news that we were following last night, yesterday afternoon. An arrest finally made. And now we are hearing more about the man accused of lighting another man on fire inside of a Denny's restaurant. That man faces a judge this afternoon after his dramatic arrest, which was caught on camera last night. Today, we're uncovering more about Deshaun Swenger's long criminal history. Meanwhile, Scott Ranstrom remains in critical condition at Legacy Emmanuel's burn unit with his family by his side. Today, they hope to learn more about why the attack happened when the suspect makes that first court appearance in Oregon City. And that's where Fox 12's Kendra Kent joins us live. Kendra?
Good afternoon, Pete. And the suspect is in jail right now, being held without bail. But in just a few hours, he will appear before a judge by video here at the Clackamas County Courthouse. Now, this is his first appearance in the case, but he is certainly no stranger to a courtroom. 24-year-old Deshaun Swenger has posed for a lot of mugshots in his life, but his latest comes with his most serious charges yet, aggravated attempted murder. Investigators call the crime horrific.
I've never seen this either. I've been doing this job for 23 years.
The victim's family calls the attacker pure evil.
Rotten, evil, pieces of garbage.
69-year-old Scott Ranstrom is in critical condition at Legacy Emmanuel Hospital. The good news is his family says he's expected to survive, but he'll never look the same again.
It's not right what they did to him. It's not right. His whole face is ruined.
The Clackamas County Sheriff's Office says Wednesday night, Ranstrom was doused with gasoline and set on fire in a random attack inside this Denny's restaurant in Happy Valley.
And he was just sitting there drinking coffee and what he always does, and messing with his computer.
The attacker ran off, but deputies tracked down a suspect last night. Tips led them to this halfway house off Sunnyside Drive, not far from the restaurant. They surrounded the place.
Keep your hands up. Hey, I want you to walk to the sound of my voice, okay?
And Swanger came right out. He's now in jail without bail in Oregon City. Swanger has a long criminal history. He's been arrested in Clackamas, Multnomah, and Deschutes counties over the last several years. He's been convicted of crimes like theft and burglary. Now there's a possibility for even more charges. Investigators say it's highly likely Swanger is responsible for pouring gasoline on someone earlier this week at a movie theater just across the street from that Denny's. Nobody was hurt in that incident. And Scott Randstorm's family tells us he is a veteran, and they have set up a GoFundMe page to help with his medical expenses. So far, it's raised about $10,000. And if you're interested in helping out, we do have a link to that GoFundMe on our website. That's kptv.com. Reporting live, Kendra Kent, Fox 12 Oregon.
The Noon News is just getting started.
Coming up on the Noon News, she's been charged with starting a deadly fire at an Oregon coast hotel, and now we know how she started the flames. Then a woman was seriously hurt after being hit by a train in Beaverton, and police say her phone may be to blame for the accident. Then later, we're learning more about where authorities found a missing teenager who disappeared with her teacher.
You're watching the Noon News. First, live, local.